Yes, sir. 2022, what's going on? Gray Rizzy, we out here for another grind setters. It's Shade 45 that you're listening to, and I always get people who hit me up. First of all, shout out to our family out there in Canada, all right? T-Dot, of course, Ottawa, Winnipeg, everybody that's listening in your cars on the go with that SXM app. People always hit me up and say, yo, when you gonna have more artists from Toronto, from Canada, from the North? Well, guess what? You don't gotta wait any longer. We got one up here right now, and I'm glad he made the trip. Shout out to the homie, Peter Jackson. What's up, brother? How's everything?
I'm good, man. I appreciate you, brother.
You looking very Canadian right now with the white jacket. Like, the white out is here, man.
Yeah. But stereotypical.
This weather that we're having in New York City, obviously we got our jackets on. The listeners can't see it. They'll be able to see it later on. But what is this like for someone from Canada? Is this like a balmy 60 for you guys?
It's still cold.
It's still cold?
It's still cold, but it's not like at home.
Okay. All right. Because it's freezing
got more buildings
for us.
that block it and all that, right?
We do have more buildings. Taller buildings. I'm assuming taller buildings.
Yeah.
Than at home.
Yeah. Like overall, yeah.
Overall.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to make it like y'all like just little two stories all over the place.
It's not igloos and 2-story buildings, no.
The funny part about it is before you flew in, I don't even know if you knew this. It was like 55 degrees the other day.
I've seen that.
The shit was crazy.
I've seen people saying it was like 60 degrees.
Yeah.
Enjoy the weekend. I've seen that.
And the shit dropped crazy, like from 60 to like 20 some degrees. I think it was 15 degrees this morning, but that was because you're here. I know you're the reason why for that, bro.
That's me.
Look, you got some heat though, music wise. We got a new joint. I want to make sure I have this correct. Mountain Valley.
Yeah. Mountain Valley with Trey Songz.
Trey Songz, yeah, no disrespect. We got to say Trey Songz' name. And this is right on time, too, considering. Now, this isn't a love song, right? Because this is Marvin Gaye, Tammy Terrell, Ain't No Mountain High Enough right there. But you flipped it.
Yeah. So we bought the master.
Hold up, time out. You bought the master?
Yeah.
The master of the original?
The master of the original, yeah.
Well, Marvin Gaye and Tammy Terrell.
Yeah.
So this ain't a license. Like, you have...
Yeah. So Sony still has the publishing.
Okay.
And we have the master.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so that's the only thing. We had to change the name.
Okay.
So that's a little bit of a, at first, but then as soon as people hear it, like, I mean, it started playing on radio today in Canada on like top 40 stations and shit. And it's like, the moment it starts playing, people are like, oh, okay. Mm-hmm. They know, the record. And Trey, like, literally, I had a couple other people do it before him. And I just knew, like, I felt that his vibe was going to be right. When he touched it, it just worked.
Are they pissed off?
I mean,
I'm pretty sure they probably heard it now, and they're
probably.
like, oh, they gotta understand though. Like, there's a certain vibe and energy and synergy on a song.
To be honest, I made Trey do it twice. I asked him to do it again.
Copy.
And and I didn't come at him rude because I'm like, I can't sing, I don't sing. So I just came at him like, correctly about it. But it was like when we got in and we locked in, I was like, nah, this is how I want it. This is how I want to do it. This is what I see. And then it's a real pop record. It's for radio. It's like, I'm really into the business side of music, so I understand what it takes to like touch top 40 radio. Mm-hmm. And top 40 radio in Canada is different than top 40 radio here. It's just more top 40-ish. It's more pop. It's like, when they say top 40 here, you might kind of smooth into the rhythmic side. Mm-hmm. But in Canada, it don't work like that. Like, we don't even have a lot of hip-hop stations, per se. So it's like, when you say top 40, it's got to be top 40.
It got to be valid.
Yep.
Copy like that. I saw y'all did the video, too.
Yeah, we shot the video together.
Where was that at?
Malibu. So I shot the video like 3 months ago in Malibu with him. So we were out there with him, and I shot my second single with Young Blue. I got a single with Young Blue. We shot that.
Can we still say Young Blue or just Blue? Because I got a text from him the other day. We got to just say Blue now, man.
Yeah, just Blue. Just Blue. Yeah, we shot with Blue same time that we were out there. And I mean,
so are you giving us a heads up? Because you said Blue. Is this a heads up for the album that's coming?
Yeah, I got an album coming.
I know, but Blue is going to be on the album.
Blue's on the album.
All right, see, I catch these motherfucking things, and I go ahead and I serve it up for the listeners so they understand. But we're going to talk more. We're going to talk more about that. Your new album that's coming up very soon, a little bit later on in the show. Why don't you introduce this song with Trey Songz for all of the listeners up here on Shade 45? Smith, how many we got now? I think, what is it, like 2-3 million right now? I mean, it is SiriusXM and it is Eminem's channel, so just talk to him like you talking to just me.
Check out my new record right now. It's called Mountain Valley. Trey Songz, Peter Jackson. You know what it is, your boy.
Let's get it. We out here. Whoa, chill. Yes, sir. Gray Rizzy, we out here right now. We got another grind setters up here on Shade 45. Now, look, I want to be clear about something. Peter Jackson is up here, and a lot of times we'll have artists. For some reason, they just expect things. I don't know if it's like a red or a blue pill type of thing. Like, they just walk up someplace, they take the pill, and boom, You're a fucking superstar. It doesn't work like that. The reason why I want to bring this up is because of the work ethic that you have. Businessman, artist, family man, father. You know, that's a job in itself. All the dads out there, you know what the hell I'm talking about. But also the way that you work and you go about your business. What keeps you going in all of this, man? I'm sure it's not just, hey, I got a hot video out.
Yeah. Nah, I think for me, like when I first started, it was like, I'm from about like 45 minutes east of Toronto. So there wasn't like a lot of opportunities, big shows, stuff like that. So it's like I knew I could run my own shows when I first started for like maybe, perform for like 100, 150, 200 people. But I started bringing big artists down. So Jadakiss, and then I opened for Jadakiss, put myself on the show because that's how I would create opportunities. Or I brought Wu-Tang to Canada, or I brought Fetty Wap to Canada, or took Fetty Wap to Europe, or things like that. And I put myself on as the opener, or as like, not the special guest, the special performer or whatever. But I also realized that like if I book Wu-Tang and I sell 3,000 tickets by hand for you or for whoever, for myself, there's a cut. This is a lot bigger than a performance fee, so it's like if I'm putting in real work and doing that stuff, I'm busing. Like my first show, I bust like 600 kids, maybe like 45 minutes west of where I lived, to a show. And it's like, so I got the money off the buses, I got the money of the cut off the bar, I got the ticket money, all that kind of stuff. So instead of making whatever people would make for their first couple shows, $500, $250, $1,000, I'm making 10, 15K before anybody even booked me.
And I don't want to, of course you said some huge names, but I'd be fucking an idiot if I didn't say two of the biggest names that just performed during Super Bowl 56, Snoop Dogg and 50 Cent.
Yeah.
You also worked with them, brought them out.
Yeah, I brought Snoop Dogg to Canada for 5 shows with one of his business partners. Brought him out, I think we did 5 joints. We did 5 shows in Canada, all stadiums. And see, I bought one of those shows myself too. So I didn't just book and sell, because I have a booking agency, but I also buy shows. So I bought one of the shows myself, brought him, did that show with him. I'm actually about to go to Texas and Houston with him and Ice Cube. I think it's called like Kings of the West. His partner put me on a couple shows out there with them. And I opened for 50 at Calgary Stampede. And Calgary Stampede is the craziest party in Canada.
See, the reason why I'm bringing this up, man, is because I think sometimes people just think of this box, and you find ways to think outside of this box, but still achieve what the goal is for you to touch that stage.
That's all that goal is.
You've created relationships, and them things are still paying dividends. You're going to Texas, dog.
Yeah.
The Canadian guy got a show in fucking Texas with with two of the hottest, most iconic West Coast dudes ever.
Yeah, definitely. That's
fire right there. Are you a sports guy?
Yeah.
Now, I hear sports references in your music. Vlad Guerrero. I'm a Yankees fan. You know where you at. I know the Guerrero cat. Okay, quick. Shout out to the Toronto Blue Jays. What's your favorite sport, though? Is it baseball, basketball, or hockey?
Probably basketball.
Okay.
Raptors. I actually did like records for the Raptors in the playoffs and stuff. Yeah. So I did like a Raptors playoff anthem for them. It just like, probably by the time this interview drops, it'll be gold. That record will be gold in Canada. I would say basketball, but I grew up on hockey just like everybody in Canada.
Right. It's like
I just wasn't good
a rite
at
of passage.
Yeah.
Don't worry, I'm not either. I ain't shit either. But we do have the All-Star game coming up a couple of days away. Fred Van Fleet. Yeah, he is an all-star. How you feeling about that?
That's
man?
Good.
Representation.
Like yeah. He deserves it. He been playing his ass off, and it's like we don't really have too much right now. So for him to be playing this good right now is a big thing.
I feel like Mountain Valley applies to Fred Van Fleet. You know what I'm saying?
The storyline. Yep.
If you love basketball, he came from undrafted, came out of Wichita State, undersized guard, busting ass. He done bust my Knicks ass so many times I don't even want to talk about it. I'm getting sad right now. Give me a song to play, one of your favorite songs to listen to right now, outside of yourself.
Outside of myself, Attachments by Pressa.
Oh, we gonna keep it up in Canada.
Have to.
I like it. Home team, man. We gonna do that. We gonna be right back. Peter Jackson, Gray Rizzy, we out here. Shade 45. It's the Grind Setters. Yes, sir. Gray Rizzy, we out here right now on Shade 45. We got Peter Jackson in the building. Canada's up here. T.Ajax, what's going on? Hit us up, man. Hit us up right now at Gray Rizzy. You have some numbers at the end of your Instagram, right?
Yeah.
What is your Instagram?
905.
Is that like the...
That's my area code.
The area code, right?
Yeah, so my company's called 90 Nickel.
See, I thought it was for 95, like 90, the year 95.
Oh, nah, area code 905.
The area code.
So 90 Nickel is like, that's one of my businesses.
Copy. So it's part of the business, but you still repping.
Yep.
Respect. I get that right there. Look, we were talking about you have a new album that's about to drop middle of this year in God's
about
hands.
second quarter. Yeah.
Right? Second quarter. So before the summertime. All right. You did kind of give like a quick heads up that we got another feature with Blue coming down the pipeline.
Yeah.
What can fans expect for this album?
The record's real melodic, and the record's like the frequency and like the vibe and stuff that I'm on now, I feel like is like just more uplifting. You know, it's not like I'm in a good place. I'm in a good place in my head. I'm in a good place in my family, my music, my business, just life in general. So I feel like the music reflects that, like super heavy, where it's like, you know, a lot of, you can draw like good emotion from it. You know what I mean? Where a lot of my stuff before, I feel like it was like talking about the come up and, you know, talking about the work that, you know, or being let down, or, you know, the music business, it could suck. Like,
oh
the
man,
music
peaks
business
and valleys. Crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's even like in the Mountain Valley songs, like in the valleys you grow, right? It's easy to be happy when you're at the top, but it's hard to keep a good attitude when you're in the valley, like you're in the bottom, you know? So I just feel like the music's good melodically, and I'm able to do what I want because I'm the one that puts myself in position to win. So it's like I'm not really waiting on anybody, whether it's, you know, budgets to put records out or, you know, go on tours or do shows or whatever I want to do. I mean, other than the government with restrictions and the shows and shit right now.
I mean, can I speak on this real quick? And what he's talking about with the government, the Canadian government.
Yeah.
Correct? Somebody that we both know, a really, really good friend of mine, also someone who represents our set, the union DJs, DJ Ritz. I speak to him a
that's
lot.
my guy.
I know Ritz is your guy. And I speak to him a lot, and it would be like, yo, fam, we got to sit in our fucking house again for X amount of time and stuff. So I got to tip my cap to you for just, you know, keeping the energy and keeping the fucking momentum going, because it's tough, man. Like, for even when the U.S., so to speak, opened up, and don't get me wrong, it's shit that's still out there. We still have to be responsible. We had a little bit more liberty to move around than what you guys had. Like,
Yeah, facts.
It just opened up not too long ago. How did you deal with that?
I mean, I recorded a lot, like, you know, over the last little bit, I did a lot of recording. I put a full studio in the house, that kind of stuff, like probably about a year and a half ago.
Became more efficient.
Yeah. So a lot more hands-on instead of, you know, because studios were shut down too. Like you said, it was crazy. But honestly, to be honored too, I was coming out to the States a lot. So I came out to the state. I went to LA, shot a bunch of videos. I went to Boston. I went to Vegas and New York and all that kind of shit. So I think you had to get creative. Like DJs, I feel bad for DJs. Like, you know, my DJ, guys like Ritz, all this, you know, you went from playing clubs to playing in your living room or doing those stupid Twitch things, or you know, and
they made a lot of money.
No, they did, they
was making some. I don't want to blow nobody up. They was making some bread.
Definitely, 100%. I mean, the biggest DJ in Canada there's this guy starting from scratch, who's Russell Peters DJ, tours with Russell Peters.
Comedian
his
Russell
Twitch,
Peters, right?
Yeah. He was killing Twitch, like super killing. I don't mean to say stupid, but I mean it's just different. Like it sucks. Yeah, exactly. It's just different.
Yeah.
So it's like everybody had to shift. Everybody had to change. You move your focus and all that kind of stuff. So that was difficult, I think, for everybody. But I feel like the DJs, because I just was like, yeah, I'm not doing this. I'm not performing in my living room. I don't care about online shows. I'm not doing that. But I've seen some DJs like every Thursday, Friday doing the same thing.
I learned, and shout out to all the DJs out there, because first of all, I don't think shit moves without them. But
no, it doesn't.
There's so many, but I'm just going to keep it close to home. Between Ritz and Celebrity Drew. The shit blew me away what they were doing in their living room with the green screen.
Yeah.
Like the shit was, it was crazy. So shout out to the guys, man, representing the union DJs. Before we get out of here, you got a song, 100 Roses.
Yeah.
That we have, right? And I just want to keep the heads up that we do have In God's Hands. That's on the way. He said second quarter. I'm going to hold him to it too to make sure that it arrives. But what's this song about? Like, again, another feel-good song, man.
Yeah, 100 Roses was... there was a picture of my baba, which means grandmother. I'm Macedonian. which is like right next to Greece. It's European. So there was a picture of my Baba standing on her porch with her husband from like, I don't know, maybe the 50s, 60s, something like that. And she had roses in her hand. It was the only color in the photo. And it wasn't on purpose because back then you couldn't really do that. It's kind of strange how it was like that. Like there was just color in the photo. So on my Baba's birthday, I sent her 100 roses one day. My Baba's, she's like the matriarch of the family, right? So I sent her 100 roses, and that's just, for me, it was just kind of what it was, right? It was just something that I went off of in the record. Like even when I shot it at her house in Scarborough.
Oh, that's fine.
Yeah, so I shot it on her porch. I did it some other places with a couple people that were in the video with me and stuff like that. But yeah, just I did the whole video in black and white. The only color was red. So whether it was like the shoes or the roses or something like that, the numbers on her house are red too. So just did it like that. That was just the vibe.
Yo, man, this is a really dope record right here. We're going to get into that. But before we leave, I want to make sure, again, that everybody starts to tap in with you on IG, the website, especially, hopefully, with shows starting to start back up.
Definitely.
You'll be hitting the road. What's the best way to stay in touch with you, man?
All my social media is Peter Jackson 905. Everything. Right. So you just tap in there.
Yeah, definitely go ahead and tap in with him. And shit, I need some followers. I need some of his followers. You know what I'm saying? So hit me up at Gray Rizzy. Hit the channel up at Shade45. And definitely, if you missed any part of this interview, you can catch it with the SiriusXM app, the SXM app. You can download that to your iPhone, Android, or a home connected device. Just put in his name in a little magnifying glass. Peter Jackson, Gray Rizzy, Shade45. Listen to it on your time at any time. Anybody want to shout out there in Canada?
Nah, we're good, brother.
Oh, yeah, we straight. Yeah. Let me shout somebody out. I'm thinking of somebody. I'm drawing a blank. You know what? Shout out to you. All right, we going to play the song. Gray Rizzy, we out here. BDM, PVA, what up?